Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 44-year-old Arkansas resident Peter Stager was standing at the base of the steps that lead to the Lower West Terrace Tunnel when three other Trump supporters grabbed an officer. They referred to this officer only by his initials of BM, and they dragged him down the steps. So they pulled this officer head first. They pulled him over the body of another fallen officer, and they pulled him toward the mob. So Stager was standing, he was watching as all of this goes down. Please keep that in mind. And he maneuvered through the dense crowd to take part in this attack. So as the officer is lying on the ground on his stomach, Stager raises up his flagpole. He had an American flag on a flagpole, raises it up in the air, swings it down, and strikes this officer repeatedly in the back. A few moments later, as the other fallen officer was fighting off numerous attackers, he's still down on the ground, he attempted to get to his feet and try to get back to the police line in the tunnel. So he falls and he slides down the stairs with another member of the mob. The guy was pulling on him. They fall down the stairs together. This officer is referred to as AW. So another January 6th defendant named Ronald McCabe is the man who was pulling on him. And he landed on top of Officer AW on the stairs. So as this other officer, AW, is pinned down, he said that he was kicked. I mean, you can see on his body cam too. He was kicked, he was stomped on, he was struck with poles. And Stager, who had just hit the other officer with a flagpole, is now standing over this officer who's being brutally assaulted. And while he's being assaulted, Stager is yelling at him, quote, "Fuck you, fucking traitor." Sometime later, Stager left the area. He left the area of the tunnel, I should say. He remained on the Capitol grounds, though, and he was seen and heard on video. He was gesturing towards the Capitol, and he said, quote, "Everybody in there is a disgrace. That entire building is filled with treasonous traitors. Death is the only remedy for what's in that building." And then he added, quote, "Everybody in there is a treasonous traitor. Every single one of those Capitol law enforcement officers. Death is the remedy that is the only remedy they get." So Stager was arrested on January 14th of 2021, and in a superseding indictment, he was charged with obstructing an official proceeding, assaulting officers with a deadly or dangerous weapon, civil disorder, entering restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, disorderly conduct on restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, physical violence on restricted grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, and physical violence on Capitol grounds. In February of 2023, Stager pleaded guilty to assaulting officers with a deadly or dangerous weapon, and he was facing up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. And this time, the government requested a pretty decent sentence. They asked for 78 months in prison, 3 years of probation, $2,000 in restitution, and a fine of $31,627. So that fine, I would assume, represents money that he raised on GiveSendGo or one of those platforms. I was shocked to see Stager has no recent criminal charges or convictions. He has 2 convictions and 1 additional arrest that didn't result in a conviction, but they're all over 20 years. At the sentencing hearing, Stager told the judge that he wanted to take responsibility for his actions, but then Stager tried to excuse away his violence. He told the judge that he thought that the person he was hitting was Antifa. Stager said that all he remembered seeing was the shoes, and he thought it was kind of odd for someone to be dressed in tactical gear and hiking boots. I like how they think that this is somehow an excuse for their violence. Like, oh, I thought it was Antifa. So you have the right to beat the hell out of Antifa members when they're lying on the ground and they pose no threat to you? Yeah, I don't think it's the excuse you think it is. I do not think it means what you think it means. So anyway, Steger went on to tell the judge that he wished everyone could, quote, being so divisive and stop listening to false leaders. Yeah, I'm not sure to whom he was referring, but yeah, I would say look in the mirror first. And then Steger added, quote, I will continue to back the blue. I will continue to hit the blue in the back. I will continue to back the blue. So, U.S. District Judge Rudolph Contreras presided over this case. I couldn't locate any details about what the judge may have said at the sentencing hearing, but Steger was sentenced to 52 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. So, a little over 4 years is not bad, but I would have tacked on another year just for that Antifa BS. Right? I mean, come on. How is that an excuse? Oh, I thought it was a different human being. Anyway, I will let you guys know if I hear any more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Really, really helps with the show. Greatly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.